And as you point out, Democrats picked up a stunning victory in a special election runoff for a Texas Senate seat. Taylor Ramette flipped the solidly red Senate District 9, which represents Fort Worth and surrounding suburbs, defeating Republican Lee Wamsgans by 14 points. President Trump won this district by 17 points back in 2024. This is in part of Tarrant County, where no Democrat has won a state Senate seat since 1978. When asked yesterday about the race last night, President Trump claimed he didn't know anything about it. But as you can see here, he had posted in support of Wamsgans 3 separate times on social media in the 2 days leading up to the Saturday election. Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis wrote on social media that special elections are quirky and not necessarily projectable, but he acknowledged that a swing of this magnitude is not something that can be dismissed. And the Wall Street Journal editorial board is writing about this in a piece entitled Texas Election Jolt to the GOP, and it reads in part, quote, "How does a Republican lose by 14 points in a safe, conservative Texas state Senate seat that President Trump carried by 17 points in 2024? Answer: when there's a voter backlash against the Trump administration, notably its mass deportation debacles. State politics is often national these days, and the 31-point vote swing in a little more than 14 months can only be explained as part of a rising tide of opposition to Mr. Trump's first year and a sour public mood. Immigration enforcement that turns ugly in the streets is turning off the swing voters who will determine who wins the race for Congress this year. It is a staggering win. You notice that some Republicans are taking note. We heard from Rand Paul on 60 Minutes last night, but will more Senate Republicans realize that this is something they need to take a stand on?
That's like you're asking the question.
I know.
Will Republicans realize that hitting themselves in the forehead with a ball-peen hammer causes their forehead to hurt? I mean, it's this obvious.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to hit myself with a ball-peen hammer again. That hurts. Well, it's quirky. It's not projectable. So I'm going to hit myself in the head with a ball-peen hammer again. No, it hurts. It hurts every time. And like I've said, I'm trying to help the Republicans. I'm trying to help you help yourself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to let me help you. You won't listen. And so what's happening? Well, staying with the Jerry Maguire theme, well, voters are showing Democrats the votes. And J-Mart, we've been doing this a long time. Maybe that's why I'm so fired up for having to get up on this cold morning. But we've been doing this a long enough time to realize that, first of all, off-year elections like Virginia, landslide, like a New Jersey landslide, like the California referendum, like the Wisconsin judges vote, like Fort Worth. We're not talking about a sliver of the richest Dallas suburbs, northern suburbs. We're talking about Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes.
And you got Fort Worth and the northern suburbs switching like that. That is all too projectable. But J-Mart, here's the thing again that I just don't understand. It's all too predictable. Like, we got this going on in Minneapolis still. Americans getting gunned down in the street. You got wars all over the place, or the possibilities of war. The president trying to get $10 billion from his own government. You got these Epstein files dripping and like, this is just for Republicans a nightmare, and they're not doing anything about it. They are walking over the cliff.
Right, sleepwalking over it, actually. I said 3 weeks ago that the immigration raids were motivating the left and alienating the center. And fast forward 3 weeks ago to last Saturday, and you look at this district in Tarrant County, and our kiddo went to TCU, go Frogs, so we know about Fort Worth. This district is the perfect confluence of what the Republicans' challenge is, Joe. It's a district made up of a lot of Republican suburbanites and a lot of Hispanic voters, because it's basically the north side of Tarrant County. And so you get Hispanic communities and you get a lot of upscale Republican communities. They're basically Republicans. But when they're given a lackluster Republican and a good Democrat who's an Air Force veteran who works for Lockheed, which in Fort Worth, it's kind of like working for GM in Detroit, and they have this incredible motivational force, which is the images they're seeing on their phone and their TV screen every day. Well, guess what happens? The Democrats going to win, and going to win significantly. And look, there's a lot of districts around America that are very similar to this in the U.S. House. Significant population of Hispanic or Asian voters and a lot of suburbanites who are in the political center. If you can't win those demographics, you're not keeping the House this fall.